I chose the family medicine psychiatry program here at Iowa City, mainly just based on the interview day that I had. That kind of speaks to how much of an impression that the program had on me. Kind of from the day afterwards, I figured that it was probably going to be the perfect place for me to train after medical school. As to why I felt that way, though, was basically just because everyone I met on my interview day, both my interviewers and people that I ran into randomly in the hospital even, were just so nice and so welcoming.
I really liked the University of Iowa when I came to visit because it offered the rigor and intensity that other academic institutions offered, but I really liked the feel of the program. It felt almost like a community program in terms of the support from other residents and other faculty.
During those interviews, I kind of talked a lot about what my interests were, especially in LGBTQ medicine, and happened to mention that, I would be really interested in starting like an LGBTQ medicine fellowship here at the university, or at least doing like a longitudinal type rotation experience for the residency program. Having that in mind, when I was talking with my interviewers on my interview day, everyone was really excited for the ideas that I had. I remember talking with one of the family medicine physicians specifically about it. And, when I walked into the room, she was basically beaming from ear to ear with a big smile on her face, telling me that, my interests were awesome, basically, that she was really excited to hear about what I wanted to do with my practice in the future and what I could bring to the program. That interview really stuck with me because she just had so much energy. She gave me so much energy to talk about my interests, and I just hadn't felt that from anybody else or any other program, really. But it really elicited my passion in talking about LGBTQ medicine, and that also kind of continued into my other interviews as well. And since that time, since starting here, it's really been nothing but supportive. There have been a couple other new fellowships that have started, including one in addiction medicine and one in consult liaison psychiatry. And I've met with the program director for the addiction medicine fellowship, and they were able to give me great resources in terms of like application material, all that kind of stuff to get started on kind of my road to starting my own fellowship.
I really fell in love with the University of Iowa's program here. I felt there was great camaraderie amongst all the residents. I felt that the attendings and the residents had an incredible connection. And then the academic rigor, the intensity, and the training of the program was top-notch. And combined with that sense of community they have here, I just felt like you couldn't beat it.
I think for me, when I initially applied, I applied to Iowa just because it had an FMP program. I had never been to Iowa or really to the Midwest, and I wasn't thinking that I would want to come here. But I came here for the interview, and I really enjoyed it. And then I came back to visit later in the winter because Iowa was my first interview, and found that in comparison to the other places that I had been over the course of the season, I just felt comfortable here with the residents and the faculty rather than like I had to try really hard to impress them or try to fit in. It just felt like a natural fit. And that's, there are a lot of other great things I could say about the program, like the academic track record is great. There's a lot of other opportunities. There's a lot of money for, your side projects, and all of those kinds of things are true and they're great. But for me, what actually made me pick Iowa is just the feeling like I belonged here.
And so I just feel like the support here is there, and it's everything that you need to do what you want to do with your future